Gold and Blue Dude here with you again. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I make videos every single day, sometimes multiple videos, depending on how active the day is or what kind of mood I'm in. And I don't just cover West Virginia content. So if you don't like this video, maybe you'll like one of my other videos. So I'm going through conference by conference and ranking the strangest looking stadiums. This doesn't cover atmosphere, tailgating, all that stuff. So this is straight by the look. So we're in the Pac-12. I've already done the Big Ten. Now there were three stadiums that didn't quite make the list. They're classic historic stadiums, but not really strange. And the three are Stanford, UCLA, and Cal. Great stadiums, just not really all that strange. So now let's get into the strange looking stadiums. Number 9 is going to be Arizona State, Sun Devil Football Stadium. It opened in 1958. It has a capacity of 53,599. It went from this to this. It looks totally different after capacity was shrunk by over 20,000. It has two upper decks on both sides with a smaller deck in between. It just keeps changing. Beautiful scenery looking out provides a relaxing, not really intimidating atmosphere. Just strange enough to make the list. Number 9, Arizona State. Number 8 is going to be USC LA Memorial Coliseum. Now this thing has hosted 2 Summer Olympics and it's supposed to host another one in 2028. So it's hosted the Summer Olympics in 1932 and 1984. This thing opened in 1923 with a capacity of 77,500. This is a historic stadium. A lot of success and winning has taken place here. At the entrance, you are reminded of the Olympics from the 2 bronze statues. It's a massive bowl. What makes it unique is in one of the end zones, the stands are cut off by the Olympic memorabilia. Steps connect the 2 sidelines, and there are high school-like bleachers set up behind that end zone, normally where the USC band sits. This stadium is a must-see if you want to see a truly historic stadium. Future renovations could make it even better. Number 8, USC. Number 7 is going to be Utah, Eccles Stadium. This stadium is newer yet smaller stadium. It opened in 1998, has a capacity of 45,807. It's a horseshoe-ish design stadium with high school-like bleachers in one end zone. The sidelines are deeper on both sides with a press box on one side. Now the other end zone is completely enclosed and shows off the school's name behind it. There are plans to renovate to completely enclose the entire stadium, and I think it will make the stadium look even better, but might take away from some of its uniqueness and strangeness. We shall see. Utah and number 7. Number 6 is going to be Washington, Husky Stadium. Opened in 1920. Capacity 70,083. I really like this stadium. Strange enough to make it stand out, but not too strange to make you scratch your head. The lower bowl forms a horseshoe design. One end zone has been completely enclosed. The other end zone isn't connected, but it still looks fine because of the scenic lake view. On one sideline, there's a massive upper deck, complete with an overhang awning. And the other sideline has 2 smaller upper decks that look similar in size to the other sideline when put together. It also has an overhanging awning. This is a loud, scenic, and unique stadium that should be on your bucket list, even if you're not a Husky fan. Number 6 is Washington. Number 5 is going to be Arizona Stadium. Opened in 1929, has a capacity of 50,782. A smaller but very unique and strange stadium. The sideline stands are totally different from each other. The lower bowl technically goes all the way around. On one sideline you have an upper deck that doesn't look like an upper deck. It looks like one massive deck. And on the other sideline, it looks like an off-balance triple deck. On one of the end zones, the lower bowl thickens, and on the other end zone, it doesn't. So overall, this stadium looks off balance and slightly chopped up. Still has a great scenic view of the Arizona desert, but Arizona lands number 5 on the strange looking stadium list of the Pac-12. Number 4 is going to be Oregon Autzen Stadium. It opened in 1967, capacity of 54,000 even. Now, 54,000 might seem small, but the home of the Oregon Ducks is one of the loudest in the country. The University of Oregon is known for their unique jersey colors and combos, but their stadium is pretty unique as well. It has a lower bowl that goes all the way around. The base of the stadium looks like an egg stuck in a mound of grass. That's strange. On one sideline, the stands flare out. The stands flare out just a little bit with a small press box on top. On the other sideline, it looks like the stands are doubled in size with a massive upper deck. Luxurious suites with a press box with an awning that looks much better than Oregon State's, who's also on this list. It's the uniqueness that gives Autzen Stadium its charm. Oregon is number 4. Number 3 is going to be Colorado Folsom Field. Opened in 1924, capacity 50,183. This is another smaller, unique, horseshoe-shaped stadium. This one is very awkward and strange. The lower horseshoe deck goes all the way around, minus one end zone where high school-like stands are. On one sideline, there's one thin deck with a press box. That deck gradually gets bigger starting in the end zone. When you get to the other sideline, it looks like 2 decks with another small deck on top with another press box with suites. What? This looks like another stadium on this list, smaller brother. Here's a hint. Oregon. Yes, Colorado's stadium looks like maybe a younger brother of Oregon's stadium. So that's number 3, Colorado. Number 2 is going to be Washington State, Martin Stadium. Opened in 1972. Very small. Capacity 32,952. How is this even an FBS college football stadium? This is the smallest stadium in the Pac-12. This is a horseshoe type stadium that barely connects in one end zone. The other end zone has a small set of stands that legitimately looks like it isn't deeper than 10 rows. On one sideline, there's a lower deck with a small upper deck with a press box and suites. Like I said before, the stands thin out in the connected end zone before thickening back out the other sideline. It's small, strange, and unique. But you know what? It works. A nice, little, intimate, yet intimidating atmosphere. Number 2 is Washington State. Then we have number 1. That is going to be Oregon State. Reser Stadium. Opened in 1953. Capacity 43,154. This is an extremely awkward and downright odd-looking stadium. It's cut up, uneven, and makes no sense. On one sideline, you have a set of grandstands with a press box and awning just over the press box. That awning is just over the press box, nothing else. That provides partial shade to the grandstands. These sideline stands are barely connected to both sets of end zone stands. Even the end zone stands aren't the same dimensions. One end zone looks like high school stands, and the other end zone looks like FCS stands. On the opposite sideline, you have an odd-shaped, towering triple-decker, also with a press box, suites, and yes, an awning. It's connected to one end zone, but not the other. Honestly, it looks like a 6-year-old trying to build something out of Legos. And that's why Oregon State lands number 1 in the strangest looking stadiums in the Pac-12. That's all I got for you today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.